Thursday night, 10 on 10. From the top of the Empire State Building.
Was, and I put this in writing to the Pentagon in 2012 when I told this, okay? One thing she told me was, when you see Iran and Israel exchanging missiles, and I saw it, the way she tells me is a vision of, I see it like a living picture screen. I could see the rockets flying. Then all of a sudden, orbs appeared out of the ocean and everywhere. And I told the government, that's, if this happens, the orbs are going to appear and wake people up and stop it. That's what she told me. It was this April date.
April 2026.
Yeah.
اصلا معلوم نیست چیان یه اومده میروزیم این شکل
everybody. Proud to be part of this team, proud to be serving the president of the country. Let me just say a couple things. The first of all is the president summarized this very ably. But look, the Iranian conventional military is effectively destroyed. They don't have a navy. They don't have the ability to hit us like they could have even a few weeks ago. And what that does is that gives us options, Mr. President. Now, there's been a lot of reporting about diplomatic options, about negotiations. There's, of course, Pete and his team. There are further military options. But what we have now that we didn't have when the president took over just a little over a year ago is the ability to use every tool at our disposal to ensure that Iran doesn't get a nuclear weapon. Because when I say options, I think it's important the American people know options for what? And it's options to ensure that Iran never has a nuclear weapon. You talk about people who walk into a crowded supermarket and have a vest on, and they blow up the vest and a couple of people get killed, and that's a terrible tragedy. What happens when what's on the vest is not something that can kill a couple of people, but can kill many, many tens of thousands of people?
Oh yeah, the world in chaos. The world in chaos. It's actually a good name for a show. Chaos. Hey, what's up everybody on a Thursday night? So the Yankees have tampons in their men's room. Welcome to opening day 2026. We also got what I played at the drop there. The general that has ties to Area 51 and all kinds of UFO and classified shit is still missing, and now another close personal person that dealt with shit like that is missing as well, that the FBI is connecting to one another. So who knows what's going on with that shit. Plus there's this scientist, this dude who predicted that next month this crazy shit's supposed to go down with orbs coming out of the ocean and all kinds of shit. I have the video queued up on X. We're going to listen to that and a couple other videos. What is going on a Thursday night, everybody? I hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's feeling good. I mean, I know the world is in total fucking shit, in total chaos, but hey, let's talk about it. Let's make fun of it. Let's jerk off to it. Just kidding. No, I'm not. What's up, everybody? How are you? We got baseball. The New York Mets won today, so I'm happy about that. The Yankees are, I cannot believe this. I mean, come on. We got to mention this right at the beginning of the stream here, guys. What the fuck? The Yankees are now going with this, weird fucking far left bullshit, and they're putting fucking tampons in the men's room at Yankee Stadium. Why? Why do they have tampons in Yankee Stadium men's rooms? Why? Putting it into the ladies' room is one thing. right? You help the ladies out. You plug your pussy up. If, God forbid, it's bloody and you're running at the game. You go to the Yankee game, all of a sudden you're getting a gush of that warm fucking blood shooting down your thigh. You go into the ladies' room, you grab a tampon, you plug the old pussy, and you're back to the ball game, literally, right? But no. They want to be able to have the men sit in the fucking stands and say, hey, you know what? I got to plug my asshole right now. I should go into the men's room, grab a tampon out of the Yankee Stadium men's room, and let me grab a tampon and shove it in my asshole, because the only places that I could shove a tampon would be my asshole, my mouth, and maybe my ears, maybe my nose, maybe my belly button. Maybe if you have a really small tampon, you could shove it in the head of your cock. I don't know. I don't know where these guys would shove a tampon and what they would want to stop by shoving a tampon in there. Now, maybe if one of them get a bloody nose or something, like a ball hits them in the fucking nose, and most guys that use tampons, balls do hit them in the nose. I get it. But these guys, you know, like, there's no other reason to have that other than a bloody nose, to me, as a man. Now, I hate the Yankees. I always have. My hatred for them has grown less and less over the years because they don't win anymore. They're not a World Series champion juggernaut anymore. We'll leave that to the Dodgers for the modern day, juggernaut of baseball. The Yankees are not that no more. So I don't really have that hate that I had towards them for a long time being a Mets fan, losing to them in 2000 in the World Series, and just taking abuse from their fans for 30, 40 fucking years, right? So I can't stand them already. The Roger Clemens, the fucking stealing Darryl Strawberry, Doc Gooden, David Cohn, all these ex-Mets that they grab and they fucking win World Series with. Okay, I forgot all about that. I gave that all up. I said, hey, bygones are bygones. I don't hate the Yankees, whatever. But now, how could I? I mean, I made fun of the Minnesota Vikings for having these fucking male cheerleaders who are not out there as male cheerleaders, because they're all male cheerleaders that are like straight men that are into the sport, that get to touch gorgeous women all the time. They get to fucking, you know, like it's a dream come true for a lot of men, right? But no, these men are opposite of that. These men are like total fucking arm bending fucking just, and I have nothing against that, but like you're putting that onto a cheerleading team, really? So I used to make fun of the Minnesota Vikings for that. The Yankees have now put tampons on. They are the first MLB team to do it. I think the Orioles are doing it as well. But I mean, like, what the fuck are we talking about here, man? This is a franchise that once, you know, told their players they could not have facial hair. This is a franchise who told their players, when you are out and about and out in the road, out on the street, out in a club, out wherever, you represent the Yankees 24/7, 7 days a week. You represent us. So whatever you do, you do it the right way. You know, you do it under the radar. You do the right thing. You don't fucking... This is a franchise that like held their players in a high regard, held their fans, held their standards in a high regard. You're telling me that this is okay with Yankee ownership, Yankee this and Yankee that? Like, really? This is okay with them? I mean, am I wrong? It's just a really fucking weird thing, man. Like, there's tampons in MLB bathrooms, and the Yankees are the trendsetters of that, which is fucked. I mean, am I wrong thinking that? Because I really feel like it is just a tragedy. It's like, really? You're going to go and do that, man? There's kids that go in those bathrooms. There's, you know, little boys that go in those bathrooms, and it just is just, I don't know. I just really, it's a really weird fucking thing, to be honest. I don't know how you guys feel about it. However you guys feel about it in the chat, let me know, please. And if you guys hear this or watch this on the replay, let me know in the comments, please, how you feel about that. I really want to gauge how most people would feel about this happening. You know what I mean? If you try hard enough, it could be a cum blocker. Yes, I agree. And I was saying that too, man. That's what I was thinking. Maybe you could shove it in your penis hole. I don't fucking know. All I do know is that it is a very weird fucking thing that this is happening. And I don't know what to fucking think. I really don't. I just don't. It's just it's a little embarrassing. But yeah, so anyway, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later or whatever, but so there's this guy who has made predictions in the past, recent ones. He said he was visited, I guess, by an alien maybe, or some kind of entity, and he said that he made this prediction that, and it's right there, that orbs will show up out of the sea, thousands of them, where you'll notice them, and it'll stop the conflict between America, Israel, and Iran, and it'll be like the second coming of like something huge, like where it's going to be a game changer, basically, is what this guy... I mean, I'm going to play you what the guy said. I played it at the beginning of the stream. But here, I'll let you guys hear this a little bit for yourselves here.
I've been saying the whole time that these orbs are going to come and wake us up. And I even gave specific times that when that might happen, and that's when you see war between Israel and Iran. I put that in the book. So what Bertie was saying about their alarm, they are really alarmed. The orbs, to me, they're angels to me. They're biblical, just like you said, Jim.
All right, so
magical beings.
So hold on.
They don't breathe.
All right, so,
I've been saying the whole time that the war between Israel and Iran. I put that in the book. So what Bertie was saying about their alarm, they are really alarmed. The orbs, to me, they're angels to me.
So he's saying that these orbs that are going to come out of the ocean, and I've heard more of what this guy said. There's a longer video of this. But this guy is basically saying that these orbs that are going to come out of the ocean during war, during this big missile engagement between Israel and Iran, they're going to be shooting missiles at each other, and out of the ocean are going to come these orbs that he says are going to be angels. This guy has made many predictions. You can look him up. He's made many predictions and shit. And this was back in December of 2024. I mean, this is like before we really knew that these, that Israel, Iran, and the U.S. were going to go to war. I mean, everybody kind of did know it. The writing was on the wall big time. So, like, if you went back and said, hey, I'm predicting Israel and the U.S. are going to go after Iran, it wouldn't be that crazy of a prediction back then in 2024. So, but the shit that he's saying in this is fucking crazy. I mean, the other video, the guy gets into detail about, like, meeting with this woman or person or whatever entity that he calls the lady, and her, telling him about all these certain things that are going to happen. And that's his name up there, Chris, however you pronounce that last name. But it was really freaky to listen to. And listen, if this shit comes true, obviously, everything changes. Are we, like, on the cusp of everything changing? Because something like that, right? Something like that would be such a fucking game changer to life as we know it. Let's go over it real quick. Let's hypothetically speak real quick, all right? Let's say one day, out of nowhere, we wake up, our normal fucking lives, right? And we wake up, and as soon as we wake up, or an hour into us being up, or whatever, your phone starts buzzing off like crazy, right? And it says something that you can't believe you're reading. And you're just like looking at it like, and I've come, like, I've gotten information before where I was like, oh my God, I can't believe what I'm reading, like in shock. Like, and there's been a couple of times like that, like where I've like got it on my phone. All right, 9/11, I had a cell phone, but it wasn't alerting me that 9/11 was happening. It was on the TV and people were telling me, right? So that was a little different. But Like times that recently where your phone has alerted you like to something like Trump getting shot or like what's his name being killed, the white guy, I forget his name, I don't know fucking why, but and like these moments that like pop up on our phone and shit, like imagine being there getting this alert on your phone that like, you know, they were fighting each other and then all of a sudden here's this video. And I know like if we see a video as humans now, we're like right away it's all right, you know what, you can't believe that right away. You have to like really I don't know, I really don't know the way about it now. I mean most of us can almost tell when it's AI or not still, you know, but what if you woke up and you saw a video of these orbs just shooting out of the ocean that you've seen and you know this is a real video. It's not AI. Like I know this is a real video. They don't know what it is, or maybe they do know what it is. Like if you look up close to it, you can see. Like just think about how game changing that would be. That would change everything in everybody's life. It would probably stun the world. The entire world would probably be like stunned, you know? And I think that would be like a scary fucking thing to live through, something that game changing and that like, you know, life altering, you know, like saying like, oh, you know, entities, angels shot out of the ocean during a war. I mean, or these orbs came out of the ocean and floated around everybody and nobody knows what the fuck they are. Like that too is something that's even like, and you have definitive proof of it. You can see it. It's not AI. It's a real shit. It's a real deal. Maybe we start seeing them outside our houses, orbs and this and that. Like it would be a life-altering, game-changing thing. A lot of people would think it's the end of the world. A lot of people think that this is the end of the world. A lot of people. More than ever right now. More than ever now think this is the end of the world. Some people that you could never say, they would never think it's the end of the world coming. In a million years, they would laugh at you if you said it. Those people are starting to think like, hey, you know what? Maybe this is the end of the world. Because there is a lot of shit that is going on that is fucking absolutely crazy. You know, a lot of shit. And I can feel the vibe of like, I could just feel we're on the cusp of, I don't know if it's something good or it's something really bad. You know, I don't know if it's something that is going to be good for all of us or something that could be, yeah, Charlie Kirk, sorry about that. I don't know, I smoke weed. Charlie Kirk, right? But yeah, I don't know if this is going to be, and moments like that, the Charlie Kirk moment and the Trump getting shot moment and, you know, all these fucking moments that have just been crazy weird shit with the Epstein files, the shit that was in that, the satanic, just devil-worshipping fucking god-awful shit that was in that, and what's going on in politics and what's being said by our politicians here in the world, not just America, but in the world. You know, people taking the side of a murderous, terroristic regime and believing them over the President of the United States. And what I mean by that is, you know, Trump is now going around telling everybody that, you know, he's in talks with someone from Iran, someone from the country high up that sent him a gift, that is really in talks with him. Meanwhile, Iran is saying, no, we haven't spoke shit. We're going to fight till the bitter end, right? Trump still swears up and down he's talking to somebody. Why would he lie about that? For what does he gain by that? It buys him more time? What does it do? What exactly would that do, that lie? You know what I mean? So say he's lying, right? That it's going to come out that he's lying if he is lying. So why would he lie is my point. But hey, if he is lying, that's a pretty dumb fucking move. I don't think he's lying. I think he is in talks with somebody or people from Iran, obviously, and they have to keep it quiet for a number of reasons. It's pretty fucking obvious, you know? And when these stupid fucking, you know, reporters, if you want to call them that, ask questions right then and there in front of people. What's up, Tiff? How are you? And shout out to the chat. I'm going to take a bong hit. But when these people ask stupid fucking questions, it's kind of like, man, you know, like how fucking dumb are you people? Or like how crazy are you people? And they're so quick to believe terrorists and other countries, other like brutal countries that are like, it's crazy the amount of hate they have to Trump that they will embrace terroristic people and just, it is just fucking, it's really, really fucking weird to see people in the U.S., reporters and this and that, like not believing the president and taking him for like what he's saying. It's just weird to me. But anyway, I'm gonna take a bong hit real quick. Shout out to everybody out there. Thursday night. Hope you guys are doing good. Been a long 2 weeks. I only had 1 day off. But shout out to everybody on this Thursday night. Let's take a bong hit. Bong rip. Holy shit. Oh, God. That felt good. Anyway, I want to thank all you guys, man. All you guys in the chat. Everybody that's been watching me for fucking 9 years. Like, I really do want to thank you guys. I know it's not as much as it used to be. I don't give a fuck how many people. As long as there's people here, I'm going to come on Thursdays, Wednesdays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, whenever I can. This is me. I'm sorry if I offend some people the way that I think. I'm sorry if I'm starting to go more politics than this or that. I mean, I used to cover YouTube shit a lot. I've always covered just bullshit, you know, or whatever interests me. Whatever, like, you know, or whatever I think you guys might be interested in, like, as a friend. Like, you guys walk up to friends, I'm sure, at work or in your everyday life and say, hey, did you hear about blah, blah, blah? You know, and you engage the person in a conversation, or somebody does that to you. That's why I'm on here. It's for that reason. And I thank you guys, because everything around me is from you guys. Everything around me is from you guys. In this room, whenever I go live, it's from you guys. So I thank you guys. I don't want to get on a whole big fucking schmeal about it, but I'm sorry. I do thank you guys tremendously. All of you guys, the donators, the people in the chat, the people that were here that left. They're living their lives. Like, I hope they're doing great. I hope they're all fucking healthy and their family's good. And thank you, because I really do have a fun little spot to hang out in, to talk to you guys in now. When I used to do this shit from my living room every fucking night, you know, 3 nights, 4 nights a week for like 7 years straight. And it was from my living room. You know what I mean? No lights, no background, just a computer, you know? And it was always fun. And whether I had this or whether I had just a green screen behind me. So, you know, thank you guys for all this shit. I really do appreciate it. So with that said, go fuck yourself now. Yeah, so, all right, I want to bring up this next video here. Hold on 1 second. I haven't looked on, wait, hold on. What's new? I don't know. What's new with you? I haven't been on the old, wait, sorry, hold on. Discord. I haven't been on Discord in a little while, but I'm looking on there now. And, you know, Tommy and shit, like, hasn't been on for a while because I haven't really interacted much with, I mean, he's been calling me. He's called me, like, fucking every day. But I haven't had really time to talk, man. I've been so busy at work. It's been fucked. I've been trying to also talk to a couple of people that I had to contact and, like, just bullshit with them. And I haven't called them yet. And it's like, you know, listen, you know, when I get home from work, I'm, like, so fucking tired. And I'm, like, just ready to jump in the shower and put sweatpants on and a sweatshirt and relax. Like, that's all I want to do when I get home, you know? But I have been going out and walking the dog and fucking fixing stuff up in the, you know, the yard and painting this or fixing that. So I always stay busy. I'm never a lazy fuck that'll just sit in my room. But I am like the type person, I just want to be left the fuck alone when I get home from work. Especially after I worked like 9 out of the last 10 days. So I'm sorry if I haven't gotten back to you, the people that I'm supposed to, if they hear this. But I will. I'll be contacting you. So, oh shit! It's Kal-El!
Mr. Kal-El Bama.
Skip. I'ma dip on Skip. I'ma skip. I'ma dip over Skip. I'ma hit Skip. I'ma get that Skip. I'ma fuck that Skip. I'ma suck your Skip. Fuck that Skip.
Right leg.
Right like Skip.
Right leg.
Right like Skip.
Right leg.
Yo! You wanna fuck Chuck Skip? Yo! I'ma call you. Yo!
Community, you fucking faggot cunt. I'm a moron person. I'm a moron person.
Kulbama 311 tips $20. What is good, my nickel? Hope all is well.
Perp.
Let's spread a little joy around.
Perp. Yellow perp for my merp. Get your nerp.
Somebody call it. Wait. Yo. Yeah, yo, thank you, Mr. Kal-El Bama, the one and only, the OG. Been around a long, long time, brother. Mr. Kal-El, God bless you, the Boston fan himself. The Boston man himself.
It all started one day, back in the Old West, when we used to carry our pistol on our side every day. But now, we just walk around with our AR-15s hanging on out our pants pocket. We walk into a fucking nightclub and just smoke these motherfuckers out. You know what I mean? It's the American way, cowboy. Get you an AR-15 today and shove a tampon in your asshole while you're at it. All at Yankee Stadium with Roscoe Pico train.
Mr. Kal-El, smiggity wiggity shiggity fliggity flargity burgity mergity smergity flargity.
Just that my lifestyle. I tell her without juice, dropping just that.
Come on.
Right leg.
Right like all right, hold on, right.
They're biblical, just like you said, Jeff.
Biblical.
They're magical beings.
Magical, biblical beings that are going to come out of the ocean, not down from the heavens. They're going to come out of the ocean during a war in the U.S. They're going to come out of the ocean, these orbs that are angels. They're biblical. They're fucking biblical. Did anybody see that game yet that's made by the makers of Rick and Morty? And they're like these like macaroni guys, and they sound Italian. And he's like, hey, yo, you just shot my brother. We're the macaroni family. It's the funniest fucking shit I've ever seen. I got to show you guys this. So Filthy sent me this, telling me about this game. And it's from the makers of, like I said, Rick and Mort. The old Mort, and check out how funny this is.
A couple of keyblores, and you know what? Fuck. Whoa, hey, tough guy. Hey, look, walk wherever you want. This is a fucking Mac and Cheese Brothers construction site. We ain't done here, but you gotta be careful. Whoa, hey, calm down. What the hell? How do you? Whoa! You just killed my fucking brother, Joey Mac and Cheese Brothers. Holy shit, dude! I don't know if we had to kill him. I'm Jimmy Mac and Cheese, and you killed my brother, Joey Mac and Cheese. You know he was important. You know Joey. I'll tell you a little about it. We'll do a little eulogy here while I shove you. You know Joey loved stairs. You know he was a big stair guy. He thought if what the frig? What kind of tornado just blew through the Mac and Cheese? Just gonna kill everyone now? You fucking with us? How dare you? Oh my God, what the fuck is going on here now with this guy doing this, or this person, whatever the fuck, this alien coming in here doing this to us? You gotta be fucking kidding me here. We're trying to do a job here, and you come and kill us. How dare you do this to us? Oh my God, you son of a bitch. Oh my God, you... Hey, one brother's not enough. You gotta kill two of us? You're a sick character. That's all I can say. I can't believe this. What are we come here and you kill us like an animal? What's wrong with you? What's your big deal, bro? Who trained you? Who raised you, you animal? You're a piece of shit alien. I hate you. Well, great. You killed all the weird construction guys. You know, we're free to move along now like we were before we killed them. Hey, sorry, us mac and cheese brothers, you know, we can be a little hot-headed. You know, it's fine if you kill any of them, you know? We're all really loud and annoying, so I get it. You know, our family has a lot of brothers, so, yeah, you know, it's no real big loss. It's fine.
Tell me that game don't look fucking awesome. Tell me that fucking... Hey, we're the mac and cheese brothers, all right? You know what I mean? Hey, get away. Hey, look at this. You want to talk about a mac and cheese brother? Check this fucking mac and cheese brother out. Who the fuck dresses like this and looks like this and actually leaves the fucking house looking like this? This summer, Tommy is 00 fat fuck. In his new movie, 00 shit, he's fat. Starring the sweater-wearing moron himself, Tommy NC Double Chin 12.
Hey, I'm Tommy, Tommy NC, I'm dummy. Rub my mummy, yeah, salami. Yeah, that's right, call me Tommy. NC, fatty double chin when you see me coming through on your TV all up on the weekend. You wanna be me? I'm eating motherfucking checkers on my TV. I got the TV flowing with the DVDs and my P3s on my radio. See, I got my OD with my OCD, putting all the shit on the IC. Fuck that green screen, bitch, I believe. Put it up green screen on my whole family. Get my father grave and see, cut him out, then a motherfucker wanna see. Dead right, look a down or next to me. Order all my shit off the internet, and I end up with 00 pants. And I ordered that from fucking France. Yo, 00 pants, I ordered them from France.
Tommy, what is wrong with you, bro? Dear God. People told me Tommy was getting bigger and bigger, but holy moly, Tom. Christ, bro. Jesus. You're just letting it go, bro. Oh, fuck, bro. Oh, Tommy, you got to move to New York, bro. We got to get you back on the ball. You know what I mean? I know you're finally getting laid and you get... I know you're finally getting around and... But... I want you guys to see my grandfather. There's a video of my grandfather back in 07 kissing my grandmother. He was a good guy. Look, he gives my grandma a kiss. He's a good guy. It's Baba. See? He's talking to my grandmother. Listen.
Good heavens.
Easy there, Harold. Just say an I.
You nearly gave me a heart attack.
Didn't mean to startle you.
It's a big motherfucker, my grandfather, dude.
Oh, good heavens.
Easy there, Harold. Just say an I.
You nearly gave me a heart attack.
Should see his cock.
You.
Well.
She did. My grandmother. All right, let me put this on here. Let's see what we got here.
Breed like humans. They were created. They listen to our thoughts. I interact.
They could listen to our thoughts. So these beings can listen to your thoughts. That supposedly are going to come out of the ocean.
Interact with them every day of my life and have literally tens of thousands of bits of data and information from them.
All right.
And when I interact with them, they're speaking to me. How do you get them to come? Because they listen to me. And they send information.
Jerk them off? Well, listen, obviously he knows how to get them to come. He's jerked them off, or he does whatever he does to get them to come. And I don't want to make light of this, man. If the guy's got to jerk off these beings to get them to, like, predict the future. Like you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Like you got to fucking if you were hit with an opportunity from like a being that said, "Hey, all right," but yet he's like,
"Hey, you got to jerk me off, and I'll tell you the future."
Would you say? What would you say? You'd say no to that? You're telling me if a being comes to you, right, and the being's like,
"Hey, bro, I want to tell you the future, but I can't unless you make me come."
You're telling me you wouldn't just do it? You don't know if that being's a man, a woman. You don't know what it is. Maybe beings don't have sex. You know what I mean? But you just know that, like, the being's literally like,
"You got to make me come."
And you're like, all right, you know, if I got to do it. And then you go to, like, jerk him off. He has no penis, no vagina. And he's like,
"Bro, what I mean by make me come is just, like, make me appear." You know what I mean? Like, summons me.
And you're like, fuck, really? Damn. All right. Sorry.
Because they listen to me and they send information. So I knew this time was coming. I've been saying the whole...
So he knew this time was coming, and supposedly there's also a video of these orbs coming out of the ocean once before. What's this?
Got some retaliatory strikes coming in from Iran into the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet headquarters at Naval Support Activity.
Dude, that was nuts. Did you see that?
Our system's breaking. We got some
Look
retaliatory...
at that fucking thing right there.
We got some retaliatory... coming in from Iran.
Look at that. You see that fucking drone, man? That's a suicide drone right there, man. Look at that shit. Oh, shit. That's a suicide drone right there, man. Look at that shit. Look at that. Boom. That shit just hit the side and blew it the fuck up, bro. This should hit Yankee Stadium. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Israeli
it's fucked up.
security official. Israel assesses that more than 40 senior Iranian security and regime figures were killed in strikes during the opening operation that Israel launched this morning with the United States against the Iranian regime. This official goes on to say this is one of the largest regime decapitation operations.
Yeah, this is old. This is old. Let me go back. Oh, this is the orbs. Look.
And Chris Bledsoe was one of them. But when he told people what happened to him when one of those orbs came down the stairs, there are people here that have the ability to predict the future. And Chris Bledsoe was one of them. But when he told people what happened to him when one of those orbs came down and spoke to him, y'all thought he was lying. If you don't know, Chris Bledsoe told the Pentagon in 2012, and one of these orbs that he saw came down out of the sky and was a woman. And this woman told him that she was the divine feminine.
The lady.
He also told him something that was going to happen in 2026. Mind you, this is in 2012.
So this is okay. So
told him the world.
So I was wrong. This is in 2012. I got the whole fucking thing wrong. This is in 2012 that this orb came down because he explained it wrong. It wasn't even me. Fuck that guy. But anyway, 2012. You guys heard him. He went to the government about it. He wanted to tell them, yo, this entity showed me the future. This lady, whatever it is, showed me the future. And he told them. So that's why this is making headlines, because obviously this is now 2026, the year that he predicted. And he also said that this war would be going on back in 2012. So
the world is about to change because they told the Pentagon in 2012. And one of these orbs that he saw came down out of the sky and was a woman. And this woman told him that she was the divine feminine. He also told him something that was going to happen in 2026. Mind you, this is in 2012. She basically told him the world is about to change because they can't lie to us anymore. The veil is broken. We are living in the age of Aquarius. But it's not what she told him.
see, that's what I felt like before we get any further with this. Like, I feel like I said before, I feel like the veil is being lifted, man, on everything. I'm not saying it's the end of the world, and I'm not going to go like I honestly, the AI is very smart, and if you ask an AI if it's the end of the world, it'll basically tell you no, that people that have been living on this earth have always thought that they're living during the end times. And I think that is true. I think that's very true. And I don't think I needed AI to tell me that because I already thought that. You know? But I really do feel like that's the truth. I feel like every era has thought they've been here for the end, that they're going to be here for the end of time. You know? I don't know. But maybe I'm wrong because there is more shit now going on than ever before. So.
And one of these orbs that he saw came down out of the sky and was a woman. And this woman told him that she was the divine feminine. He also told him something that was going to happen in 2026. Mind you, this is in 2012. She basically told him the world is about to change because they can't lie to us anymore. The veil is broken. We are living in the age of Aquarius. But it's not what she told him. It's how she told him. She told him that when Israel and Iran exchanged missiles, she told him in 2026, when Israel and Iran exchange missiles, the veil is going to be broken. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit.
I'll tell you what.
Listen.
Recently.
Listen to this man.
And I put this in writing to the Pentagon in 2012 when I told this. Okay?
2012.
One thing she told me was, when you see Iran and Israel exchanging missiles.
Oh, we did say 2012.
The way she tells me is a vision of, I see it like a living picture screen.
Do you see the date there? 3/16/26. Is that when that was when this was?
I could see the rockets flying. Then all of a sudden, orbs appeared out of the ocean and everywhere.
This is crazy.
And I told the government, if this happens, the orbs are going to appear and wake people up and stop it. That's what she told me.
April 2026.
Yeah.
April 2026.
Okay. You know you've put yourself in it there, Chris.
It's
because
okay. It's okay.
It's going to be Crisp Ledlow says April 2026 is when it all happens.
But I can tell you this, when I told this to the government about 2026, I just repeated what she told me. They immediately put remote viewers on it.
They put remote viewers on him immediately. Why would they do that? They're just going to, any old person that strolls in and says, this orb came to me and said blah, blah, blah. Obviously, these people thought at the time, like, maybe this guy's on to something, or like something important enough for them to be like, put remote viewers on this guy.
Oh my God, 2026, 2027.
The government put remote viewers on.
The government put remote viewers on this guy, man. Like, what does that fucking tell you? You know? Like, what does that fucking tell you? I mean, like, if this guy passed away? Oh, no, that's his warning. So, yeah.
Tell you what they told me recently was, and I put this in writing to the Pentagon.
Yeah, it's the same thing he said. And this is a little more of the interview too.
Israel exchanging missiles, and I saw it. The way she tells me is a vision of, I see it like a living picture screen. I could see the rockets flying. Then all of a sudden, orbs appeared out of the ocean and everywhere. And I told.
Wouldn't that be something if next month that fucking actually happens?
Going to come and wake us up. And I even gave specific times that when that might happen, and that's when you see war between Israel and Iran. I put that in the book. So what Bertie was saying about their alarm, they are really alarmed. The orbs, to me, they're angels to me. They're biblical, just like you said, Jim. They're magical beings. They don't breed like humans. They were created. They listen to our thoughts. I interact with them every day of my life and have literally thousands of bits of data and information from them. And when I interact with them, they're speaking to me. How do you get them to come? Because they listen to me. They send information. So I knew this time was coming.
Sick people.
I know a lot about drones because I'm a drone pilot and I'm also a commercial pilot. And I can tell you there's a remote ID act that was passed by the federal government that says all toy airplanes, even models, if it's a half a pound or more, it has to have, it's got to be 0.55 pounds, just a little more than a half. You have to have a transponder on to fly toy airplanes. So none of these are civilians. For one, civilian drones can't see in the dark, unless it's got a FLIR camera, and that would usually be the fire departments or whatever. Also, I do know that a friend of mine in New Jersey called me, told me that he filmed the drone, one of these drones, minivan-sized drones.
Do you remember when all these fucking drones were around? Is that what he's referring to?
Drones fly over his house. Shown a laser on it, and in 30 minutes the FBI knocked on his door and said, "We know you did it, and if you do it again, we'll put you in jail." Yesterday I was called by someone in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, that there was one of those same drones running a grid over Chapel Hill with a Black Hawk helicopter right behind it with its lights out. So yeah, the military, whatever they're doing, the drones, the Orbs are coming on high alert. It's just like the Foo Fighters in World War II.
Oh, I've mentioned the Foo Fighters in World War II. We were all talking to aliens a couple of times, and at one point I mentioned Foo Fighters, and a couple of people were like, "Oh, I never heard of them." And I was like, "You never heard of the Foo Fighters?" Like, not the band, obviously, but in World War II, for those of you that don't know, but I'm sure most of you guys do, World War II, there were these things called they called them Foo Fighters. They didn't know what the fuck they were. They would appear during big battles, like air combat, ground to air, boats, and they would appear mostly all the time during during like big war, big shootouts, big fucking interaction, multiple, shit going on, destruction. And they would appear. And both sides have reported seeing them. Japanese, American, German. I mean, the Germans have been rumored to be so involved with aliens and all that bullshit, but that's a whole nother fucking stream. But yeah, the Foo Fighters are popular, pretty popular, if you're into World War II.
The Orbs are coming on high alert. It's just like the Foo Fighters in World War II. When the fighters were going into Germany, these Orbs were beside them. So it's just my opinion that the Orbs are on high alert, that whatever the drones are doing, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're looking for something, sniffing for nuclear material. That would clearly explain why the Orbs are coming in great numbers. And they're not going to stop.
Well, they did. So this was obviously during the time when America had that big fucking craze of, drone sightings, which I never saw one. I thought I saw one, but I wasn't 100% positive. But, I mean, everybody and their mother was reporting seeing these fucking drones. It was ridiculous. So that's what he's referring to. And he just said, they ain't going to stop. Well, it did. So that prediction's wrong. The drones stop appearing. I mean, people still report seeing them still to today, but there's people with drones, so you're going to see drones. But drones the size of cars, no, you're not going to see those. And there were millions of those reports during this era that he is, I guess, commenting on or was in at this video's point. But he was wrong.
They're going to keep coming until everyone understands that we're not alone. And that this confusing it with the drone thing and with something terrestrial, here, has got to end. Everybody's going to awaken to a truth between now and 2026.
Now, like I said before, man, imagine waking up to your phone or like sitting at home one night, 9 o'clock, 9:35 on a Thursday night, and just chilling, all of a sudden breaking news. These orbs came out of the ocean. Nobody knows what the fuck they are. We see them from a distance. They're surrounding the whole area where we're dropping bombs on Iran. I mean, like, it would send the world into utter... Just think about that really happening. Like, the world breaking into breaking news that this is going on. Now, the first thing that I know a lot of people would think is this is a hoax, because people are waiting for the big alien hoax. They're waiting for it. And it was just mentioned the other day on this video from a pretty big YouTuber that I watch. And he mentioned the other day about that it's project whatever the fuck. It's supposed to be like this great big hoax to make the world all come together, thinking that we have an outside threat. And President Reagan actually said it himself, which was a quote of his, talking about aliens. Matter of fact, I'll play it for you guys. He referred to if there was an outside, threat, that the world would come together and we would be as one to come together to fight that threat. Ronald Reagan referring to an alien threat.
In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
So there you go. So obviously,
in our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often...
All right, shut the fuck up, Reagan. You're done. But obviously, if there was an outside threat that we knew about, all of us, the world would come together. You could bet your fucking ass they would. I mean, nobody wants to live. Like, if there was a threat to our life, to our livelihood, to the way of living, to all of us, we would come together. And I hope that, listen, I want the world to come together, but I just hope that that's not the way that we come together, because obviously if we're fighting an outside entity, it's not going to be good for us, okay? Because just the fact that that entity has the means to get here to fight us would be horrible for us. You know what I mean? So, like, as if they can get here and fight us here on our own turf in our own world, then they could probably kick our fucking asses. Because we could never go to another world and beat the shit out of a species that runs that world. We would fucking not be able to even get there, number one. Number two, we wouldn't be able to get the stuff there to do it, all the manpower there to do it. We don't have the ships. We don't have the technology. We don't have nothing. So we would get our asses kicked. So if it ever comes to that point where there's an outside threat, we're done. It's over. It's a wrap. That's the way it's written then. Oh, wow, the world ended with us on it from an alien threat. That would be the sickest fucking ending ever to any humans that have ever walked this earth. You know, the odds of that are probably greater than any lottery known to man's history. The odds of that happening are probably slimmer than that. So, like, that's not going to happen, number one. Number two, if they try to pull off some hoax like fake a outside threat, it would blow up in their fucking faces so fast. It would just, nobody's going to believe it. All right? But now if you go and you report that there's orbs coming out of the fucking ocean and you don't know what they are, and then the whole world is reporting that, well, then I don't know what to fucking believe at that point. I really don't. I really don't.
And if not way before, early this year, that we're not alone, and that there's something above us that's concerned for our...
So it's funny this guy is saying this, because throughout history, every time we have blown off a nuke, and what I mean by that is not every time we nuked another country, but every time we've tested, we've nuked another country. Even when Russia had the fucking nuclear power plant blow up and all that shit went down, they have noticed all kinds of weird UFO, whatever the fuck those are, AV, whatever the fuck, like they've, all kinds of shit in that area of when we nuked Hiroshima and we, tested nukes out in the desert. There's always been like some kind of weird, like, shit have having to be connected to it, alien or like, not even alien, like entity or something kind of behind it or connected to it, watching over us or, observing us while we're doing it type of thing, I think is what he's referring to.
Safety. In our safety. In that,
go back a little.
This confusing it with the drone thing and with something terrestrial, here, it's got to end. Everybody's going to awaken to a truth between now and 2026, and if not way before, early this year, that we're not alone, and that there's something above us that's concerned for our safety. And it's the same thing with all these people that report seeing these orbs to me, and I have thousands that report to me that never send a MUFON or anywhere. They just reach out to me because they're fans. And it's always the same. They have these experiences after a tragic loss of loved ones, or husband or wife or daughter or child. So there's patterns that exist in this. The drones are muddying the water, but they will not prevail.
Oh, I lost both my parents, and I didn't see no fucking orbs. I'll tell you that.
The orbs are going to come and awaken this country. They're going to come muddy in the water, but they will not prevail. The orbs are going to come and awaken this country, this world. And it's happening worldwide. And if you read this book, UFO of God, you'll see exactly that I predicted this years ago. And have been doing it every chance I get, every podcast that I do, to say it's fixing to happen, it's coming. And I know it because they're telling me this. And I can film it, and I can share it with other people, 200 at a time. See it. When I ask, here it comes. And that's because it's listening to what I'm saying. And it knows our thoughts. So I'm kind of worried about this, what the military's doing, why they're running grids all over the country. And worldwide, it doesn't make sense unless they're trying to desensitize the fact that this non-human intelligence is coming into our world, and they're afraid of panic. So if it's not some nuclear material involved, but I believe though they're coming because they're alarmed, like Birdie. So I don't know. We're speculating, all of us, but I was correct.
Right, like
that is happening, and it's going to happen before 2026.
Right, like,
and everybody's going to know it. There's no getting around what's coming, and I'm not worried about the orbs at all. I'm worried about the drones.
Right, like,
and people, not the heavens. So.
All right. Well,
there's so much more I could talk about, but I would just be speculating. But I do know it's coming, and it's coming into our lifetime. And when we're all dead and gone, our children will live a new awakening, a new knowledge.
Oh my God! Like, if this guy is right, I mean, odds are he's dead wrong. But like, if this guy is right, it would be a whole new fucking world. Just like, and what I've been trying to get at in this stream is like waking up to it, or like coming home to the news and it breaking out on TV, and us standing there with our jaws dropped. Like, the first thing that enters a lot of people's minds would be that it's fake, number one. Number two, some people that believe it or research it and find it. Like, let's say it's true and it really did happen, and they're filming it. They don't know what it is, but they're filming it and they're going live and they're saying, hey, we're seeing this. We don't know what it is. It's happening right now during a war, right now in the area of where they're bombing them, or in the ocean where they're bombing them, right? Say, are all over the place. And we're filming these orbs coming out of the ocean. We don't know what they are. Look, here it is on camera. Here it is. This is not AI. This is real, right? And you research it. You confirm, shit, this is real. People are, recording it themselves and posting it on the social media. It's everywhere. They're recording these orbs everywhere next to oceans all over the world, right? And you confirm it's true that these orbs are out there. Nobody knows what they are yet. even that would change everything. Even that right there. We don't know what the fuck they are, but they really are coming out of the ocean. Go look for yourself if you're next to the water somewhere. That right there would be a game changer, not even knowing what the fuck they are yet. So, like, if that does come true, I mean, like, it's going to be, we'd be here. And if this guy is right, saying, like, hey, your kids are going to be living in this world where it's going to be a whole different game. It's going to be a whole different existence. It's going to be a whole different meaning to being alive and us being humans on this earth. And what we think of when we think of outer space and other beings and other, it's pretty fucking scary. You're compiling that onto everything else that's going on right now. But maybe that is part of what's going on now. Maybe when our world is on the edge of something horrible, maybe these things are coming and are like here to save us, or are here to ruin us, or are here to just observe us destroy ourselves. I don't know. Maybe they're just watching us destroy ourselves, or maybe they're here to intervene. If you listen to these other videos that are out, there's these alien videos that are out that a lot of people are saying are real. And in this video, this alien that was being interviewed multiple times was saying how, like, yo, you guys are headed towards this and this is in 1993, I think. You guys are headed towards, and I'll put the links of all these videos in the description after the show. So you guys could check these videos out, because they are fucking awesome if you haven't seen them. These alien videos. I'll cue them up right now so I can show you guys. And you could be the Buttigieg whether these videos are real or not. But a lot of people watch them, and a lot of people are saying, yo, these fuckers are real. And just when they start to think that they're fake, they notice something that tells them, holy fuck, this video is real. Like, there's no way they could fake this. And if you watch the videos of people debating whether these videos are real or not, a lot of the debates, man, you really do think they're real. But some of the debates, you do believe against it, too. So it's very hard to, like, but you would say to yourself at the end of it, I said to myself, why would a person fake this for millions and millions of dollars and then not take credit for it at the end of it? Because what they did was amazing, like animatronics. Because if you watch these videos trying to debunk it or go for it, it tells you, like, hey, if this is not real, then somebody animatronic, because this is the days before you could just do videos with crazy, clarity like they do now, like AI does. This is in the 90s. This video is confirmed out in the 90s, and it looks the exact way that it looked back then. And listen, for someone to fake this back then, it had to be like a Hollywood fucking studio. It had to be like a high-end fucking, crazy-ass studio, because these shits are crazy for them to come out then. And like I said, I'll list everything on the description if you guys want to check these videos out with the aliens. And now these aliens in this video kind of make the same prediction this guy does, that, like, we're headed towards, like, a catastrophic time. And this is back in the 90s, and they said in the future. So here we are in the future. And they said that we basically, to sum it up, that, they would have to intervene during a crucial moment in our timeline. And the way that they spoke to this interviewer guy, too, was, like, fucking really crazy, because it was, like, so realistic. Like, just the answers that this thing was giving and saying, it was just really realistic shit. I'm trying to find this video now, but I don't have enough time to go through the whole shit. I have them. I will list them under the description, I promise. So if you guys want to check these alien videos out, and seriously, please comment under the video if you guys watch this later on. For those of you that are not here live, if you want to check all this shit out, check it out, because it really is interesting fucking shit if you have nothing else to do. As far as the predictions from those aliens and all that bullshit really do coincide with what this guy is saying and with what is going on in the world at this moment. So, tie it all in. Now, this general has been missing for a while, and he's tied into, like, Area 51 and that whole shit. Let's hear this.
You know how we've been following this strange disappearance of a retired Air Force general with these apparent connections to military technology and the UFO program? Well, right now we have some updates. We have a new timeline. Apparently there is a new photo of him, and his wife is speaking out. We are trying to get to the bottom of the theories, the investigation, and what may be going on here. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. 1,000+ locations. It's just a silver. Now again, we've covered a lot of strange stories on Sidebar, of course. This one feels different. We were following it from the very beginning, back when it was just a silver alert and a worried family. And a silver alert, usually issued for older adults, more vulnerable adults. Sometimes there's health issues involved.
So they put out a silver alert for this ex-general because a couple of months ago he was having a thing called brain fog that you get when you're older, some people and shit, right? Where you start to get a little fucky. But if you listen to his wife, you listen to anyone else that knew him, they said that it was very short that he was in a brain fog and it wasn't even bad, and he was back to himself where he was on point. So you hear about brain fog with this guy, but it's not the type of situation where this guy was just duh, and went wandering off by himself, totally stupid. He didn't. But the weird thing is, he left a lot of things behind and took some things with him, which is the crazy part. He left his cell phone. He left his eyeglasses. He left all this shit that he should have brought with him, no matter where he was going. And then he brought his gun. They said that he grabbed his gun with a holster, like a nice holster, and it's a nice gun. And they said that he grabbed this other weird shit that he grabbed that he left with. But get this, there are no cameras in his house, no cameras around his house, no cameras whatsoever that has picked up this guy even just walking around. They cannot, listen, they can't find that TV woman's fucking mother still. So, you say to yourself, well, he disappeared without being on the camera at all. That's kind of weird now that this camera's fucking everywhere. Somebody could have picked him up in the neighborhood or blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen, people disappear still to this day with cameras fucking everywhere. And the FBI, CIA, and God only fucking knows, okay? And I don't mean to curse during saying God forgive me, but God only knows, okay? There are still people disappearing, even though there's cameras up the ass of everybody. There are still people disappearing with no cameras in sight, catching them. So, that's not that big of a shock to me. So I would
involved, but this is weird. And this is all before the internet started, spinning theories. But here is where the story takes a turn. This missing man is William Neal McCasland. And this is a new photo that authorities have just released showing what they believe McCasland was wearing right before he disappeared. And I want you to get a good look at this picture here, okay? Because McCasland didn't just serve in the Air Force.
All right, so I'm going to put the link to the video. I'm pretty sure this is the video that I'm referring to in the link so you guys can check it out. McCasland. And I'll also list it in the description of the show so people can check that out after the show. But I'm pretty sure that's the link to the interviews that I'm referring to, which you can now, since you found that video, you can go and look at all the videos connected to that, debunking and also proving that video is real. And you could also make up your own fucking mind. So check that out. It has a lot to do with everything. And I wanted to just list that so I can, let you guys see that I'm referring to a bunch of other shit, not just talking out of my ass for the most part. Because I am a dumb fuck, but you know what I mean? I'm just trying to prove that I've heard these videos and they're out there. If you guys didn't pick up on this shit, which I'm sure a lot of you probably have because it's not new news, some of this. But some of this is old. So anyway, yeah, so that guy, he left his house without a bunch of his shit and Let's hear the
This
rest
is
of
all
this.
before the internet started, spinning.
This is his
theories.
photo here.
But
Let's see.
here's where the story takes a turn. This missing man
me
is
get ears on
William
that. Hold on,
McCasland. And this is a new photo that authorities have just released showing what they believe McCasland was wearing right before he disappeared. And I want you to get a good look at this picture here, okay? Because McCasland didn't just serve in the Air Force. He once commanded the exact laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, the same base where conspiracy theorists have long claimed is where the government secretly stored wreckage from Roswell, the Roswell incident. But it gets stranger, because McCasland's name shows up in hacked emails between Hillary Clinton's former campaign manager, John Podesta, and Blink-182 guitarist Tom DeLonge, discussing UFO disclosure.
This is the twisted fucking part of this whole thing, okay? This is the twisted part of this whole thing. This was just mentioned in that Epstein file thing where the Clintons, Hillary Clinton basically spoke about this guy in her deposition, right? And then it's just so happened that this happened, and Trump announces this like UFO file drop, and 2 days later, this guy goes missing.
And then just days before McCasland disappeared, President Donald Trump announced plans to release government UFO files. Coincidence? Maybe. But also, how do I not talk about that? Is something far stranger happening out in the New Mexico desert? Was he taken by a bad actor who wanted the information that he had? Or is this a tragic circumstance? Is this a personal circumstance? We have been tracking this case since day one, and now with all of these theories piling up and still no sign of McCasland,
that's the
we're
last
gonna try to
photo
break
of
down
him.
Everything that people are saying online, right? From kidnapping to a possible national security issue to, yes, the mothership, that comes up too. So we're going to get a guest on who's going to help kind of separate what's real, what's speculation, what investigators might actually be looking at right now. Because a guy who loves the outdoors and avid is here. Was bio-managed a $2.2 billion science and technology program.
Okay, so listen to this part right here.
Air Force Research Laboratory, astronautical engineering,
Listen to this.
space acquisition, the National Reconnaissance Office, the spy satellite people, the Pentagon, eventually command of the Air Force Research Laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. Again, that's the lab that, according to his bio, managed a $2.2 billion science and technology program, plus another $2.2 billion in customer-funded research and development. And here's why that matters for the UFO connection, because according to an article that was published by Ohio State University, Wright-Patterson was the headquarters of Project Blue Book, the government's 17-year investigation into UFOs that looked at nearly 13,000 reported sightings. That's been the report. And for decades, conspiracy theorists have claimed that that is where the government took the debris from the Roswell incident in 1947. So those claims, I will be clear, have never officially been confirmed, but the association's there. So day one comes and goes, there's no signs of him. Day two, day three, nothing. And then the searches begin. According to the sheriff's office, they started canvassing the neighborhood. We're talking more than 700 homes, going door to door, asking for ring camera footage, security video, anything that might have caught a glimpse of McCasland leaving the area. Drone operations, helicopter support, ground searches with search and rescue teams, K-9 units, horses, volunteers. They're scouring the foothills, the trails, the open space around his home. And then on March 7th, more than a week into the search, investigators find something. The sheriff's office reported they located a gray U.S. Air Force sweatshirt about 1.25 miles east of McCasland's residence. They collected it, they processed it, and according to their statement, no blood was detected during initial analysis, and additional testing is pending. They also noted that the family has not been able to confirm the sweatshirt actually belonged to McCasland, but it was enough to send search teams back out to that area. And by the 2-week mark, the sheriff's office releases this new photo showing McCasland wearing a button-up shirt. This is very, very crucial, by the way, because this is the shirt that investigators now say they believe he was wearing when he disappeared. So I want you to get a good look at this picture here, okay? They also confirm some other items are unaccounted for, like his hiking boots, his wallet, a .38 caliber revolver with a leather holster.
So his hiking boots, his wallet, and a revolver.
And meanwhile, the FBI is also now involved. According to BCS.
So that is missing. So they know that he left with those things.
So the Albuquerque Field Office started assisting. The Air Force Office of Special Investigations is also looped in. New Mexico State Search and Rescue, Albuquerque Mountain Rescue. It's a multi-agency effort now, and still, according to the sheriff's latest update, there's no confirmed sightings, no video of him leaving, no direction of travel, nothing as far as we can see, at least as far as they're coming out with information. And that is when the internet started doing what the internet does. Because when a retired Air Force general with ties to Wright-Patterson disappears under mysterious circumstances and his name happens to appear in hacked emails discussing UFO disclosure, that's when people start to talk, right? And trust me, they have. From kidnapping to national security theories to, yes, alien abduction. So what exactly are people claiming happened here? And what does McCasland's wife have to say about all of this? That is what we're going to get into next, because while the internet has been running wild with speculation, his wife finally broke her silence. And what she said is, well, let's just say she addressed the elephant in the room head on, and she brought up the thing that everybody's been asking about, the aliens. Before we even get to that, and before we even get into the theories, we wanted to bring in somebody who can help us understand what might actually be happening behind the scenes, because it's very easy to get lost in the UFO chatter, right? But at the end of the day, there are real investigations working this case. You have a missing persons case. How different is this one compared to other ones? This is why I now want to bring in private criminal defense investigator Billy Lane. Such a pleasure to always have him. Billy, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about this. Do you find it strange that he hasn't been found?
No. A lot of it depends on the area in which he went missing from. We've had searches that go on for months.
You know, there's another...
Within 30 days is a normal good time frame to try and...
There's another general now, I guess, or not a general, or somebody else that's connected to the same exact thing he's connected to, missing now too. Believe it or not. So let me listen to that video real quick, because that's just fucking mind-blowing if that's true. Let's see. Oh, the Justin Timberlake video was released. He tried to pay a lot of money to have that shit snubbed out, and he couldn't. 2 more UFO experts have vanished.
Folks, I am going to give you guys a couple more suspicious deaths related to the UFOs in this video. If you've been following this channel for a while, you'll know that there has been an absolute scandal under wraps. Some people are saying that it's a cover-up, but basically Major General Neil McCasland, who was a retired Air Force general, basically, he has gone missing. He was one of the few people that knew a lot about UFOs, about alien activity. Apparently, America's been...
Now, this is true. So a lot of people are saying, yo, this guy, like people that have a brain on their fucking shoulders are saying, listen, this guy had a lot of knowledge in his head as far as secret weapons, all kinds of secret shit that the government has been working on and has their hands on. Now, some government officials said, hey, listen, even if he was taken from like another country or something like that want to know secrets from him, he's got outdated secrets, to be honest with you. A lot of people were saying that, like high up generals and other people. He's got outdated secrets, meaning that technology's old. Even if he told the shit, it wouldn't really matter. We have something better than that already that he doesn't know about. That's what these people were saying. Now, whether you want to believe one of the multiple fucking stories that you could believe about this general, and there are so many fucking stories now at this point, the one that really does sound really true could be that he wandered off because his brain is fucked up and he's old and he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. That's a believable story. I guess the second most believable story would be that somebody kidnapped him, like, for secrets, or he was abducted randomly and just killed, or I don't know, who knows? I mean, to think that it ties in with all that other shit, but then when you mention that 2 other people now are missing from the same exact community as him, that's weird.
Been trying to reverse engineer technology that crash landed on Earth for years now, and he just completely vanished without a trace. Absolutely no explanation of where he's gone. The feds can't find him, the local police can't find him, and ever since he's disappeared, more and more people are noticing a lot of very strange disappearances, deaths, and murders related to anybody who had anything to do with this UFO technology. And in this video, I'm going to tell you about 2 more very suspicious deaths that we can add to the list of deceased UFO experts that definitely went out before
not
their time.
abducted.
Before I do that, I want to give you guys a little update.
I thought he said
update.
vanished. He's saying deceased. This says vanished on his video. Says vanished. 2 more UFO experts have vanished. Now, he just said deceased in his video, which is crazy.
On Neil McCasland situation, because they're basically saying that this is a cover-up. Okay, he's been missing for 27 days, vanished without a trace, and now people are basically saying that there is a cover-up. Ross Coulthard is an investigative journalist, and he thinks that basically the authorities are sweeping this under the rug, just like all the other deaths and disappearances related to UFO experts. So I want to watch a few minutes from this News Nation report first before I go to the Sentinel Network, who's had some really good reporting on the other suspicious deaths related to this case. But let's take a look at this cover-up and just ask ourselves, how can a UFO expert just disappear into thin air? It just doesn't make any sense.
I noticed there's been a lot of ill-informed commentary speculating that it's all nonsense and there's nothing to this. He lost his clearances in 2013 when he left the... Been a lot of ill-informed commentary speculating...
Wait, hold on a second.
How can a UFO expert just disappear into thin air? It doesn't...
A lot of ill-informed commentary speculating that it's all nonsense and there's nothing to this. He lost his clearances in 2013 when he left the Air Force. He couldn't possibly know anything now that would be useful, and all the UFO stuff is just specious nonsense.
So out-of-date info, these experts are saying. So even if he was abducted by like another country or something, it really doesn't fucking matter because he doesn't know anything really of value.
That is not the case. General Neil McCasland was recorded in leaks that were leaked by the Russian GRU, where they...
So here it is that had... This is where it ties in to Hillary Clinton.
Tapped in to the private Gmail of John Podesta. John Podesta was Hillary Clinton's campaign manager in the years running up to the 2016 election. And as you would remember, Ashley, back then, everybody thought Trump had an ice cube's chance in hell of winning against Hillary Clinton. She was seen as a dead cert, rightly or wrongly. And a lot of the people in the Pentagon who've been protecting what I think is one of the biggest secrets in human history, the mystery of non-human intelligence engaging with this planet, they knew the game was up. And so a covert liaison began between John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, and people like Robert Weiss, the chief executive of Skunk Works at Lockheed Martin, General Michael Carey, a former very senior US Air Force Space Command general, and General Neil McCasland. And, believe it or not, Tom DeLonge, the lead singer of Blink-182, the rock band. Why on earth was this disparate group of people meeting? Well, the leaked emails that were eventually posted on WikiLeaks through the GRU, Russian military intelligence, they show that for many months prior to the election, there was an ongoing conversation between General Neil McCasland and all of these people about UAP disclosure, about revealing the existence of a non-human intelligence engaging with this planet. This is why a lot of people who are saying there's nothing to this have no idea what they're talking about. And it really shocks me.
Maybe we are. See, this all ties into what that guy that I have still up on the screen it was saying, how he's predicting that we're going to find out, like, from these orbs, like, we're going to see it because of this war, like, and what's going on in the world. Like, this is the moment. You know what I mean? And this is what I was saying before. Like, I never believed in, like, the whole theory of this is the end of the world type shit. I may have, like, said it here and there, like, yo, this is the end of the world. Oh, this could be the end of the world. Like, but I never, like, I'm not in the camp of truly believing it. I believe, like, the world has always seemed like it's going to end, you know, during your time era. Like, you know, that whole theory. But the more and more you, like, put this all together, because this all ties into itself, you know, as far as what that guy was predicting to happen next month and what they're saying is happening. And then you get the people who are saying it's all going to be fake and it's going to be staged to make it look like there's an outside entity trying to destroy us. And what I say is, if they try to make it look that way and it's not true, do they really expect us to believe that we could beat or defeat something that could come here and fight us? Like, do they, like, even if they're lying about it, what good would it do them? Bring the world together? They're gonna bring the world together through a lie? Is that what we're gonna get at? That you're gonna try to bring the world together through a lie? Okay, I guess. All right, like, if that's what you want to do. You want to bring everybody together through a lie.
That one of the things we forget is our history, and if we forget our history, we forget the real story. General Neil McCasland isn't just one of the most senior generals in the US military, now retired. He's somebody who was cleared to the very highest levels of some of our deepest, darkest, and most important national security secrets. He was for a while in charge of all SAPs, Special Access Programs. He was the liaison who handled the administration of SAPs, which is essentially America's deepest, darkest secrets. He then went on until 2013 to be the commander of the US Air Force's research laboratories at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. And it's Wright-Patterson Air Force Base where most of the military's secret investigations into weaponry, aerospace, new technologies, new propulsion systems are done. It's a massive facility with extensive underground structures. General Neil McCasland ran the whole joint. Now, sadly, I feel terribly for his wife, Susan. She's spoken publicly and issued a statement, and she's obviously distressed by the speculation that Neil McCasland might have been abducted or kidnapped or taken by potentially some foreign adversary power, or maybe some private military contractor that doesn't want him to talk about something. And she's concerned that there's excessive speculation that because of his past employment in the Air Force, it might lead to an over-speculation that he knows something now. The simple fact is, he does. General Neil McCasland has some of the biggest secrets in his head, not just about the UFO-UAP mystery. You can put that aside for one moment. He's cleared to top-secret compartmented levels up to 2013 on secrets that still persist to this day about American weaponry, technology, space weapons, but also, and this is proven in these leaked emails from WikiLeaks, also the UAP mystery. And it was incredibly Tom DeLonge, the lead singer of Blink-182, who went into detail about what General Neil McCasland admitted he knew because of his privileged information as a senior US Air Force general. He told Tom DeLonge that during the Cold War, the United States found a life form, an alien life form, and that he retrieved and oversaw the retrieval of alien spacecraft. This is a reality. It's not idle speculation. This is a truth admitted by a senior Pentagon general to, believe it or not, incredibly, you couldn't write this as a movie, a rock star who was fascinated in UFOs.
No. So, Neil McCasland is the granddaddy, all right, when it comes to actually having secret information about UFOs and space technology. This is a real thing. I've been talking to friends and family about this. People have been telling me, what you've been making videos about lately? I said, I've been making videos about the UFO murders, the UFO disappearances. They think I'm crazy, but this is really what's going on, all right? This guy's gone missing. He knows everything there is about the US secrets when it comes to, you know, whether you want to say alien technology, space technology, advanced weapon systems, this guy is a big fish. And the fact that he's gone missing is extremely scary, okay? Whether you think aliens, enemy governments, friendly government.
All right, let's get to the other two people that are missing, though,
to the
or
Trump
dead.
camp that in his first administration, he was going to make a disclosure about UAPs.
And what happened?
He got scared. And I'm sorry to have to say this about the most powerful.
So listen to this shit. This is crazy what this guy says right here. So this guy said he's supposedly the grandfather of UFO reportings and all kinds of like legit information that this guy comes up with, right? So listen to what he says here about Trump in 2016 or 17, his first term. Listen to this.
Person in the world, but the commander-in-chief of the US military was scared of his own government. He became aware that there are forces inside the US government that frankly would and have killed to protect this secret. And he wasn't entirely confident that he could feel safe in making a statement at the time about what he knows.
He said...
Now, do you believe that? Can you believe that? That Trump was afraid?
Trump said that in his opinion, inside the government, all right, there were people more powerful than him that could, would, and have killed people over this information. All right, makes you wonder, is that what went down with the JFK situation? I don't know. But Donald Trump himself was scared that they would kill him for disclosing the information about the aliens. God help a retired army general that has all these secrets, let alone the President Trump, possibly one of the most powerful presidents in the last 100 years, essentially. Okay, now let's talk about the 2 additional names that have been added to the list of people who died that knew about this technology, about these encounters. Okay, the Sentinel briefing, the Sentinel network, this website has been a very, very interesting resource with a lot of reporting on suspicious deaths related to the UFOs. So I'm going to read you this article and you're going to find out about the new names that have now been connected to this, and it's very scary. The blind spot. Rocks are falling through our roofs. The man who tested whether we'd see them coming was shot on his porch. Independence Day 2024, another manager in the same sensor pipeline died. His obituary is the only proof that he existed. All right, this is terrifying.
What?
So they've got some links here to all of the stuff. It says they're running it now. All right, here's what's interesting. This website has been covering all this stuff for a long time, and the mainstream media is miles behind, arguably even covering it up. But we're only now seeing a few major networks just beginning to cover the basics of this story. But the Sentinel network has been covering this for a while. They're at the cutting edge of this, and they're finding more and more bodies related to these research projects every single day. So it says they're running it now. 1 week ago, we published the long count. 9 names connected to the defense aerospace corridor. Deaths and disappearances spanning 9 months. We mapped the AFRL funding chain. We documented the institutional silence. We laid out the Marconi parallel. We said nobody was looking at this list as a list. In 7 days, the wall cracked. CNN ran the McCasland story with details that we surfaced about his AFRL command history. Fox News did the same and mapped the 1-hour vanishing window. ABC News ran our connections and detailed the search operations. Newsweek brought in a former FBI agent and talked about details first covered here. And on Saturday, News Nation reported the connection this publication documented first, that Monica Jacinto Reza, the inventor of Mondaloy, vanished 9 months before the general who oversaw the budget that funded her work. They named the specific directorate the Air Force Research Laboratory Space Vehicles Directorate, AFRL, SVD. None of them credited us. That's fine. I'm crediting you guys, all right? We're standing strong. We're rocking with the Sentinel network. None of them credited us. That's fine. The point was never credit. Hopefully they'll mention me on here one day. That'll be fine. The point was that somebody with subpoena authority would look at the list as a list. That's now happening. While the networks ran our connections, we kept investigating. This briefing contains 2 new names, new evidence on existing cases, and a question that connects 2 Sentinel investigations that were supposed to be separate. We'll take them in order. They're about to blow this shit wide open. Okay, look at this space technology right here, right? The instrument manager. On July the 4th, 2024, Frank Werner Mywald, 61, died in Los Angeles nearly a year before anyone else in this investigation vanished or was killed. Mywald was a technical group supervisor at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. His obituary and his publication trail on the NASA Technical Report Server document a career spanning radiometry, terahertz spectroscopy, and orbital remote sensing. Okay, I'm honestly not smart enough for some of this stuff, but we're going to learn it together. Okay, he managed the development of the SBG VSWIR instrument, a visible shortwave infrared spectrometer designed for the Surface Biology and Geology mission. He had previously overseen the successful delivery of instruments for the AMRC program and contributed to AMR SWOT COWVR, AMR Jason 3, and the HIFI. These are
I don't want to be do that.
Obscure academic instruments. Visible shortwave infrared spectroscopy detects anomalous surface emissions and identifies materials from orbit. Advanced microwave radiometry enables all-weather target tracking and maritime domain awareness. The civilian applications are climate monitoring and oceanography, but
I don't want to be do that.
I don't want to do that.
I don't want to be do that.
I don't want to be do
I don't want to be do that.
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 Want to be do that.
I don't want to be do that.
Want to be do that.
I don't want to be do that.
Want to be do that.
I don't want to be do that.
I don't want to be do that.
I don't want to be do that. And 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 I don't want to be do that.
Don't want to be do that.
And I don't want to be do that.
Then one day he realized that Joe Cronin would never be his friend and would never meet him eye to eye as long as he lived.
And I don't want to be do that.
He didn't want it to be do that way, but that's the way it was, because Joe Cronin didn't give a fuck about Cassius Roar or anyone else that used to donate to him in the past, because guess what? You're yesterday's fucking news.
And I don't want to be do that.
And he didn't want to be do that, so now he just is obsessed with the fucking guy.
And I don't want to be do that.
He's just fucking utterly obsessed with Joey. God damn, you love you some JoJo, don't you? You fucking love your JoJo, don't you? You wanna fucking come inside him, don't you? You don't wanna be do that.
And I don't want to be do
Did
that.
you? You didn't wanna be doing that.
And I don't want to be do that.
Did you? Fucking did you? But now you sit there and you just stare and you watch from the outside, wanting to be on the inside. And you know you do. You fucking know you do.
And I don't want to be do that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You do want to be do that. You do want to be doing that. Why don't you spread some bucks and go join the crew like OIR, who fits right in nowadays, and just mingles like he's been part of the crew for forever. Good old YR making a career out of it.
How much you want to bet YR at the end of all that with Joe fucks him over? Probably way worse than any one of us are considered to have fucked over Joe Cronin in his mind. I guarantee that'll happen. I guarantee you the end result is YR totally fucking Joe somehow, some way, capitalizing off of Joe or some guaranteed. I'm like, it's like a 99% 99 that it'll end badly. Very bad. Very bad. Because you're dealing with YR. And those of us that know YR, and most people do, that fuck with me, we all know him, right? They know that he could be a real slick, devious, white trash, fucking just backdoor twat. And I just have a feeling that, like, at the end of the day, when there's no more of this to spread around, you know what I mean? When there's no more Trump bucks to spread around, right? I think that it's all over. And I think that good old YR will probably capitalize on Joe. And he'll bring a ton of people to what he's doing. And then he'll have, like, all of Joe's enemies on. Watch. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? That'll be the ending result. Give it a couple of months. You know? But yeah, I'm just responding to what somebody just sent me. But Casey, yeah, you don't want to be doing that, bro. Right? I know you pay very much attention. I get the videos from Casey sent to me. He sends me videos connecting, you know, having to deal with Joe. Like whatever videos that he's watching or making, Casey sends me those videos. And Casey, you don't have to stop sending me them, because I check out the ones that I'm interested in. Some of them that I don't check out, I don't check out. But I'm not annoyed by that. It keeps me in the loop sometimes of what's going on. Otherwise, I would not see Joe's shit. So, yeah, you're the reason why I do see it, good or bad, you know. But yeah, I'm referring to a video I just watched the video you sent me the other day. I heard, like, they were having. I guess you sent it to me because of the discussion they were having or whatever, or what Joe was saying in it. And I was more or less not even listening to what Joe said. I was more like listening to what the guys were saying. And I just couldn't help but to listen to or to notice YR in the background of this big conversation that they were all having, right? And I'm thinking to myself, he's talking like it's all normal to be on Joe Cronin's show now. And it's just so weird and foreign to me in the year 2026 that this guy, who was like one of the catalysts of fucking Joe, he was the guy who ringleaded all of this shit against Joe. Like the shows that they all got together and did against me and Joe, when we, like, or all of us, Joe and all his guys, was, you know, it was done by him. He was the guy who, like, spearheaded that shit, got everybody together. He was the guy who would bring out the occasional person that Joe had problems with, or he would be like the guy who, oh, you got in a fight with Joe? Come on. He'd be egging them on. He'd be calling them. He'd be, you know what I mean? So, like, it's fucking weird to see a guy that was that detrimental on there. But hey, that's how Joe is. You know, he'll embrace anybody that pays him. So I get why he's on there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I get that. But I really do think it'll end pretty bad. You know? I think it's going to end pretty shitty. I think Joe knows that. And I think YR knows that, probably. So, yeah. Odds are it would. I mean, it's ended bad pretty much with every person Joe's worked with, right? So why wouldn't it end that way with him, right? No, I do get a kick out of it, Casey. I do. I like the videos you make. You know, I heard that he was going to give you a copyright claim or some shit, which is just weird. Like, Casey, you're not anybody for him to be worrying about. You know what I mean? But don't forget, he worries about guys like me. I'm no one for him to worry about, right? I guess he took me as a threat at one point, or still does, because he will not mention me, and it's like this big fucking thing to stay away from still to this day. But like, Joe punches down a lot, bro. Like, that's one of his faults in this whole thing, you know, doing this job. Like, he you know, he'll answer the call, even the, like, slightest little thing most of the time. You know, he's not as dumb as he was back in the day, but like having YR in there, that's pretty dumb, dude. Like you'll just take money to fuck with a snake. But I mean, that's how he is. He's on there for the money, so you can't really say anything. You know, it's like it is what it is, right? But you are obsessed with him. I mean, there's no question, Casey. Come on, you are. And you don't have to stop sending me the videos. I enjoy watching some of them, you know? And I watch some of them. I don't watch all of them, but you get me up to snuff sometimes with what's going on and who's and what. But I told you, like, I didn't even listen to what Joe was saying. I more or less just heard YR in the background, like, talking like he's such a part of the show, like talking to people on the show, like,
Yeah, that's right, Chris or Matt or whatever his name was that he mentioned. He's like, yeah, and, that's what I'm saying. And he's just,
and I'm like, I more or less was like, yeah, whatever, Joe. I was just zoning in on fucking YR, bro. Like, listen to this guy now. That is so fucking weird, bro. It's just weird. And you just know it's going to end badly, unfortunately. Maybe not unfortunately for YR, but it'll end bad for Joe. Guarantee he'll be hating on fucking YR and he'll be, ready to probably destroy him. I don't know. Probably. Or maybe it'll... Because, if it ended bad with, even the kindest people Joe has worked with in the past, and I'm not the kindest person, but there has been some kind people that Joe has worked with, like a couple of people. It has ended bad with even those kind people that he's worked with, right? So why wouldn't it with YR? But see, with YR, it's going to end bad with somebody who can take a pretty big bite out of him. And he's probably going to when it ends. Mark my words. Go back on this and listen to my predictions instead of this fucking glass fuck over here predicting aliens are coming. The Keith Bucks will run out eventually. And when they do, it's time to capitalize. But we'll see. We'll see if this guy's prediction comes true. Orbs and all this shit. And all these other people now kidnapped and are dead, supposedly. These two other people that connected to, this guy. And it's weird because it's like... It all does connect, man. If you really look into all this shit. I posted the alien video. Check that out when you get a chance, guys. It does tie in all this shit. It is 10:30. I do have to go to work tomorrow. It is Friday. It is the last day out of my 10 out of 11 days I will work straight. 1 day off in the middle. 5 days, 1 day off, 5 days. So tomorrow is my 5th day in a row. 10 out of 11 days straight working. And I have to go tomorrow, get it over with. And then I start a 3-day weekend. So I will be back on this weekend. I don't think there will be a reunion stream as far as Insomniac. I don't know when it will be, to be honest with you. I don't know if we'll ever do another Insomniac, to be honest. Because I don't know when everybody's coming back or when everybody's going to be available at the same fucking time. And all that shit. But the one thing I can guarantee you guys is I will be coming live. And whoever wants to join me live on Saturday nights is more than invited. And they all know who they are. So... I don't know if that's Insomniac. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. I can promise you that. I will be here. So whoever joins me, they'll be here too. And I'm buddies with everybody still. I still speak to everybody. You know what I mean? So there's nobody who's saying, I'm not coming on or I'm not doing it. Or, as far as I know, and the last I've spoken to everybody having to do with Saturday night streams, they're all coming on. I just don't know when together. So I'm going to try to figure that out. And whenever that is, that'll be the 350th episode of Insomniac. All right? And maybe the last. Who knows? But this won't be the last stream for me unless God takes me. And let's knock on wood and have everybody come back and reconvene here this weekend. So have a good Friday, everybody. Look into some of this shit, please, guys. Because it really is weird. And I hope the fuck this is not the end of the world. That would be pretty shitty. Or at least the start of the end of the world. You know what I mean? Because, in these predictions, okay, so this could be the end of the world. I do have to mention this. This could be the end of the world because I will refer you guys back to this video too, where you guys can listen to this. There are people that are actually trying to start the end of the world by doing certain things that are in the Bible and trying to like bring the end of times into play in modern day. And I watched this video today about it, and these people are trying to like invent this cow that is the red heifer that is in the Bible or some crazy shit. And like all this other stuff like with the church. Here it is right here.
In 2012, Chris Bledsoe wrote down a vision and handed it to the Pentagon.
Listen to this shit.
It said, during an Iran-Israel missile exchange in
This is
April
what we were
of
watching.
2026, thousands of orbs will rise from the ocean. That was 14 years ago. April is 2 weeks away. Now, of course, this could just be internet nonsense, a video that was sent to me that is seemingly a crazy guy saying crazy things. Apparently, this guy had been abducted by aliens, and they shared with him divine secrets, and he wrote a book about it. Many people have shared that book, and in the UFO space, they find it also interesting. But there are many things interesting happening today that are leading people to believe we are in the end of times, that the prophecy will be fulfilled. Now, I don't know exactly if this is true or not. I tend to think not, but there are many interesting signs, or it's easier to say there are individuals that are trying to make the end of times come. There have been many people who noticed meteors falling through the sky, a loud boom in Ohio as a meteor ripped through the atmosphere. We are now learning that a comet will graze the sun and may disintegrate, creating a light show in the sky for all of us to see. Once again, in April, about 2 weeks away. On top of this, of course, we have the exchange between Israel and Iran as things light up in the region, and questions of whether or not this is part of some grand prophecy. You know, as time has gone on with this war and in politics, many people have hyper-focused on Israel. And of course, I find much of it to be frustrating. And I've asked these people, why is it that those who are so Israel critical are propped up? If Israel's really in control, why put people who hate Israel on the front page of YouTube? And the response? In order to bring about the end of times, the world must turn its swords on Israel. And so they're trying to manufacture the Messianic era. Recently, Netanyahu said the Messianic era will come soon, but not by Thursday. So is this really what they're after? Well, there have been people trying to breed a red heifer, which, again, is another component of the prophecy fulfilled.
Here it is right here, that what I was referring to. This is crazy shit. Like, it's crazy that there's actually people out there trying to, like, go over the Bible and look up biblical shit that's supposed to happen at the end of the world and trying to, like, bring it into modern day and make it make prophecy true. Like,
my friends, I can't tell you what to believe. I can only show you what people are claiming. And while these individuals, such as in this video, say that orbs will rise from the oceans in April of 2026, I'll play the video for you. We have strange going-ons with alien disclosure. Did you know that there was an NSA cryptologist who said the aliens are real, and this was a long time ago, and said it was mainstream science? This is not a fringe conspiracy guy. This was considered normal, and as he described it, scientists take it for granted that aliens do exist, and we can communicate with them. That's why they've been trying. Now we have Trump saying he's going to disclose information on aliens, the purchase of aliens.gov, and researchers involved in advanced aerospace propulsion and UFO research disappearing.
Take one more bong here for you.
Perhaps I'm connecting dots where dots need not be connected. But either way, I do think it's interesting to explore these ideas and the big question: who is the Antichrist and what does that even really mean? My friends, I take you on a deep dive into a world of potential nonsense or deep prophetic visions. I guess it's going to be up to you to decide what you think is true. But the reality is, you know, people have predicted the end of times a lot, and it's never come to be. But I would simply say there are many signs that I find to be all too interesting, perhaps indicating that we really are in some kind of prophetic era, or that there are powerful individuals who believe this to be the case. I remember Alex Jones was talking about this. He said it's not that we are actually facing the end of times. It's that there are powerful people who believe it and are trying to manufacture it. So the signs that we see...
I have heard Alex Jones say that before. I swear, I have heard him say that before. Where he was like, it's not so much that we're in the end times and that I believe we are. It's that these people are trying so hard to manufacture the end times that it's like, hey, they might just pull it. They might just pull it off. Some of these people, they might just pull it off.
Are actually just man-made manipulations, perhaps. But let's take a deep dive and see what actually is going on as of right now. And then I ask you to comment, do you believe it's actually what's happening? Will there be a return of the Messiah? Will it be aliens? Will the world actually end, my friends? I don't know. But let's dive right in first with this video. Now, before we do, head over to timcast.com, click people. And it's not what you know, it's who you know. So if you want to start a new project, if you want to figure out some kind of purpose or mission, you join this network and you can hear what this man has to say. Now, of course, I'm a rational guy. Take it with a grain of salt. This could just be internet nonsense from a guy who tried to sell a book. Well, who actually did.
Said no, remember. It was fixed at that moment.
Some researchers suggest it could...
2026, Easter.
So he plays the video that we already watched right here, okay? He plays the video that we watched.
What will happen? The star will, the alignment she told me about, that the star...
It says, yes, Regulus will be visible and high in the night sky on Easter Sunday, April 5th, 2026.
Wait.
What's going on?
We did not play that. We did not play this. This is a little more in-depth on his prediction.
Said no, remember, viewers are saying, oh my God, 2026, 2027, something is going to happen. 2026, Easter. What will happen? The star will, the alignment she told me about, that the star...
It says, yes, Regulus will be visible and high in the night sky on Easter Sunday, April 5th, 2026. What's going on?
Regulus would be on the horizon.
So wait a second. He made this prediction back in 2012 that in Easter of 2026 that the stars would align, and now they could confirm that the stars do indeed align in 2026. How could he have possibly known that back in 2012? Is that what you're telling me?
At that moment.
Some researchers suggest it could have been in April because of one of the key alignments involving Regulus and planets like Jupiter occurred in the spring around 3 or 2 BC, which may align with the timing of the nativity of Jesus and the appearance of the Star of Bethlehem.
Oh my God, bro.
It's even possible, you know. But these astronomers run it through the machines and it comes out that star.
So he made this prediction without even knowing if it was possible that those stars aligned.
Easter 2026. I gave him the specific time. And it was with Robert Grant that I told him about this alignment and all. And he's like, oh my God. He's been looking for this ruby. This little ruby you have to find and place it between the paws of Sphinx to make this event that he knows is going to happen in 2026. I said, Robert, it's not a ruby, it's the Star of Regulus. He looks at it, he's like, oh my God, it's the King Star.
Well, maybe. Maybe not. It could just be a guy who sold a book and has got another story to tell. But let's go through what's currently going on. We've got this from Middle East Eye. Netanyahu says Israel will reach the kingdom and make it to the Messiah's return. Now, this video went massively viral because it was translated as Netanyahu saying, we will reach the return of the Messiah, but not by Thursday. Basically, what he was actually saying is, to those that believe in the Messianic era, trust me, it'll happen, but it's not happening right now. And I think the point of the message was, stop believing this war is the prophecy. Now, some said, but he pointed at the Messiah's return, indicating it's Jesus. Well, I actually sought out a translation, and it is the way Hebrew is spoken, it could mean a return of the era, his return, or just the era itself. So it doesn't, I don't believe he was conveying to Christians Jesus is coming back. I think he was talking generally about the Messianic era, which could be interpreted in any way. Middle East Eye reports. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Friday said that Israel will reach the kingdom and make it to the Messiah's return. Netanyahu said Israel is achieving unprecedented gains in the war with Iran and that the campaign is reshaping the Middle East, adding that Israel's status as a rising superpower was strengthening. Perhaps. But how about I throw it to Benny Johnson? Now, I don't know that Benny Johnson was literally trying to proclaim it.
All right, let's listen to what Benny Johnson has to say, which a guy, if you've never heard of this guy, go look him up. He's fucking awesome. He's very, religious, which if you don't like religion, then don't look him up. But he talks a lot of shit from the Bible, and not shit, but stuff from the Bible. And he's going to play a video of him right now that I want to listen to, and then I'm going to wrap that up.
The end was nigh. But I do love this clip from Media Matters because I don't understand why they're clipping right-wingers at this point. This is not even a shocking, right-wing video. It's Benny talking about the war. And he says, with every passing moment, the apocalypse grows nearer. I am not trying to be glib here. Let me actually play the clip from Benny.
With every passing moment, the apocalypse grows nearer. Not trying to be glib here. We literally watched a massive ballistic missile take out a massive chunk of the old wall in Jerusalem in the shadow of the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the Western Wall, the Dome on the Rock, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Look at this. This could have killed a lot of people if they were worshiping there. Muslims, Jews, and Christians. Obviously, this is the most holy site in all of the world. You can see the damage that was done, how it just took out a huge chunk of the wall, the roadway. And if this was the mosque, the mosque is thousands of years old, right? I think it was built in 600. Dude, it would be toast. Iran could have actually bombed one of the holiest places in all of Islam. Of course, they would have.
Indeed. He says, anyway, there's something that's been happening all throughout Israel, but of course throughout Jerusalem, where you see puffs of smoke and debris on this. Without question, the site of Solomon's old temple. And as you see it, I mean, the ballistics flying over, et cetera, et cetera. You get the point. The apocalypse grows nearer. Again, I don't know that Benny was actually trying to imply literally the end of days. I think kind of. Maybe. Well, take a look at this from Times of India. The Great Comet is heading for the sun on April 4th. Timing, visibility, and best tips to watch. See 2026 A1 Maps Comet. The sky could host a brief but remarkable event in early April. Astronomers are closely tracking a newly discovered sun-grazing comet, named C2026 A1 Maps. As reported by Universe Today, it was first observed in January. This is expected to reach perihelion on April 4th, 2026, where many suggest the comet could actually disintegrate in the sun's corona, creating a light show for all of us to see. They're going to say its visibility from Earth before reaching perihelion, it's expected to move through the constellation Fornax, Eridanus, Cetus, and Pisces during late March. Its brightness may improve to around magnitude +10, making it potentially observable with small telescopes under suitable conditions. Due to the comet's proximity to the sun, ground-based observation will be difficult during its closest approach. Sun-based instruments provide the most reliable method, etc., etc. Honestly, I doubt we'll see anything. I mean, if you're really looking for it, you might capture it. The video that people are sharing, it's not getting super viral, but this is what people are suggesting.
You want some UFO secrets? I don't do this very often, but I'm going to confirm with firsthand knowledge a story that you can now read about publicly. If you don't know who this guy is, you need to find out. We can start with my little debrief here. His name is Chris Bledsoe. He's a very successful contractor and builder in the Carolinas. He owned his own company. He was very successful, had a lot of money, did not need to create any extra notoriety or money for himself. In 2007, Chris had an encounter with a UFO near his home in North Carolina, where he reports he was taken on board, taken to a specific location, shared a lot of information with him regarding stuff that he was supposed to share with humanity, and then he was returned back home safely. Now, shortly after...
I'm going to jump forward a little bit because this we already know from the beginning.
This overt sabotage, he kept telling his story in talks that he was giving in person-to-person communications. And government agents kept coming around his house to ask a bunch of questions, some of whom who were really friendly and some of whom who weren't, making death threats against his family if he didn't quit talking.
Maybe, again, this is UFO community nonsense, but let me throw it here. We've got this story from people4.org. Glenn Beck believes that we are living in the end of days. Really?
I'm an evangelical, and I don't see our evangelical churches standing up en masse to this fight, even so much as educating Christians about what the Islamists really want. I think we're certainly seeing a robust experience, people going back to the Catholic Church, but do you see the Christian community at large here in America understanding what I consider to be a clear and present danger?
So I will tell you, I'll go further than you will, and probably most will, and probably what's good for me. But I believe there is a possibility that we are living in the end of days. Especially what's happening in with the 12ers in Iran. I've been talking about them for 30 years. They were so radical that the Ayatollah Khomeini said they could not be part of the revolution, which, by the way, the revolution to overthrow Iran was Marxist taking the colleges and the Islamists taking the all of the religious, combining and overthrowing. And then after the Islamist revolution with the Marxists, they killed all the Marxists. But anyway, the 12ers are so dangerous because they believe that the 12th Imam, the Mahdi, is coming. And when you wash the world in blood, the Mahdi will come, and that will bring it'll bring Jesus, who they believe will testify to Allah and say to Christians, you're on the wrong side. They are right now, many of the 12ers in Shia Islam are saying that Donald Trump is the Dajjal, the Antichrist. They are fighting a religious battle. Whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter.
This is a point made by many individuals, that whether you believe it or not doesn't matter, because there are people who believe it and they're acting in accordance with those beliefs. So again, you may be a secular individual, or you might be even Christian who's like, I don't think it's really happening right now, but there are people who do, and that's been the argument. People who are trying to breed the red heifer to make it happen. From Belgrade News, first red heifer ritual in 2,000 years, test run for biblical sacrifice for third Jewish temple, end of times, and Jesus' return. I asked Google, tell me this is not real. Are there people actually doing this? Right-wing Israeli groups, notably the Temple Institute and BAJA Israel, are actively breeding or sourcing perfectly red heifers, primarily imported red Angus from Texas, to fulfill biblical prophecy requiring their sacrifice for ritual purification and the construction of a third temple in Jerusalem. 5 heifers were imported in 2022, with efforts ongoing to find an unblemished candidate for potential sacrifice, causing significant religious and political controversy in the region. The aim is to find an entirely red, unblemished heifer, no spots, hair must be uniformly red, that has never been put under a yoke or used for labor. According to Jewish tradition, in the book of Numbers, the ashes of a red heifer are needed for the purification of individuals and the priesthood, a necessary step for building the third temple in Jerusalem. The Temple Institute has cooperated with the ranchers in Texas to import red Angus heifers. 5 such heifers were imported. The project involves the Temple Institute, often in partnership with Christian supporters in the U.S., who see this as a sign of the end of times. Oh, boy.
You was a heifer ass bitch.
Man, that heifer. You was a heifer. You heifer. I'll kill that heifer. You heifer ass bitch.
Hey, listen, the New York Yankees got tampons available opening day for the New York Yankees as they win in San Francisco. But when they come home to New York, don't worry, guys. If you are in the building and you have a leak or you need to plug something, you can come right on down to Yankee Stadium and get your tampons in the men's room of Yankee Stadium, baby. We supply everybody. Any and all are welcome here at Yankee Stadium. We like to welcome, for the first time at Yankee Stadium, tampon. Ladies and gentlemen, now batting for the New York Yankees, number 0, tampon. Now playing left field for the New York Yankees, tampon. Tampon now batting DH for the New York Yankees, What a catch by that tampon in the outfield. What a catch by Tampon. That's right, folks. The first 50 people get a tampon shoved in their asshole here at Yankee Stadium on Tampon Day. Every day here at Yankee Stadium is a tampon day. So step right up and plug that bloody pussy or bloody cock hole or asshole or nose hole or ear hole or even belly button and come on down to Yankee Stadium and shove this fucking paper good somewhere in your fucking orifice. Because we are the Yankees, baby. You can yank these fucking tampons right out of a pussy, right out of a dick hole. You could yank these pussy. You could yank these fucking tampons. The Yankee tampons. The yank these tampons. The Yankees tampons. The yank these tampons. Good night, fuckers. Have a good Friday, everybody. I'll see you this weekend. Good night. Thank you. And peace out. The first 50 people get a tampon shoved right in their cunt hole tonight
You're a dumb fucking cunt.
at Yankee Stadium.
You're a dumb fucking cunt.
Shove it right in their fucking bumhole, you fucking...
I just got done fucking a lamp. I'm here.
You muted, you fucking faggot cunt.
What the fuck?
Just a good old boy.
I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. I just didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. I don't mean to be do that.
I don't want 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 to be do that. I don't want to be do that. I don't want to be do that. I don't want to be do that. I don't want to be do that. I don't want to be do that. I don't want to be do that. I don't want to be do that. Be do that. I don't want to 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 be do that.
I don't wanna be
And I don't want to be doing that. 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 And I don't want to be doing And I don't want to be doing that. And I don't want to be doing that. And I don't want to be doing that. And I don't want to be doing that.
Good night.
I don't wanna be do that. When you wanna be do that. I don't wanna fucking be do that. When you wanna do that. I don't wanna fucking be doing that. Motherfucker fat. I don't wanna do that. Stick a pin tampon in my fucking back. I don't wanna be that. I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna suck on a fucking fat fucking dick where you suck on it. You can suck a dick where you lick on it. Bitch, don't stop till you take that shit. Take it back in it, your dick. I don't give a fuck if the world fucking ends. You can tell my friends if the world fucking ends. I don't give a fuck, motherfucker, what's that? You can take it back, I'm on my back. Yeah, suck my dick from the backside. If you ain't with that, then you can fucking die. It's the end of the world, let's jump aside. All the motherfuckers ride and we ride together. We gonna last forever. If we own the world when it ends, then we end together. That's right, take a look at the leather. They give me tampons at the boys' room leather. Yeah, that's right, I don't wanna be do that. You don't wanna do that tonight. I don't give a fuck what's right. If the world ends tomorrow, ends tonight. Fuck that, listen. Take a tampon and start sticking it in the motherfucking behind us. That asshole in your mind, bitch. Yeah, Found Mouse Network is the place where I work, bitch. Doing this for 9 years and the same tears in a motherfucking beers, bitch. That's right, it's the 10. Turn me up to 10. Tell my friend, world fucking ends. I don't give a fuck, I'll always make my ends. Shit. Wanna be doing that.
And I don't want to be doing that.
Don't wanna be doing that.
And I don't want to be doing that.
I don't want to be doing that.
And I don't want to be doing that.
I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna do that.
And I don't want to be.
I don't wanna get around. Get that. I don't want to be doing.
And I don't want to be.
I don't wanna be doing that. That. I don't wanna ever be doing that. That. I don't ever wanna be doing that.
And I don't want to be doing
I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna be doing that, bitch.
And I don't want to be doing that.
I don't wanna be doing that, bitch. What?
And I don't want to be.
I don't wanna do that if you ain't that, bitch. If you ain't down with that, suck a motherfucking dick, bitch.
And I don't want to be.
If you don't wanna do that, fuck you then, bitch. If you don't wanna be part of this, suck my dick then, bitch. You wanna do that, go fuck yourself then, bitch. I don't need fucking no one. Dick fuck that nigga, no one, bitch.
And I don't want to be doing that.
I don't wanna be doing that, bitch.
And I don't want to be doing that. And I don't want to be do that. And I don't want to be do that.